Welcome to Davita's Stampin' Spot. It's Tuesday, and I'm going to share a fun card with you today. Well, actually, I'm going to show you two cards. The picture here is the more difficult one. It's called a waterfall card. So I'm going to share that with you, and I'm going to show you an easier one to start with while I'm kind of waiting for people to jump on here. So Zany Zebra has been in the catalog. It's in our annual catalog. And when it came out last June, I just thought it was so cute. I had to buy it right away. And I have to admit that it wasn't until a few days, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, I actually played with him a little bit. And these three little guys are just so fun and so cute and so easy to use. So we had a team meeting last week. And so for my team meeting, I shared this card with him. Super simple. This is a 3-inch circle. I stamped him in a happy birthday greeting and then added the designer series paper in the cardstock just to make a fun birthday card. And I love the font in this set. I wish I could write like that. So it's got happy birthday, kick up your heels, wild about you, it's time to celebrate. I used happy birthday on the front here, and it's time to celebrate. And I thought it was fun to add just these little stars for just a little something extra. And that comes in this set as well. And it's kind of fun. It's got this little mark here for a shadow that I keep forgetting to use, but I think it's cute. And we even have a hat there. So if you're watching, oh, hey, Cindy, thank you for joining me tonight. I see that you're watching. I was worried I wasn't coming through, but it means that it's working. All right, so this is my simple card. Again, I stamped him in the Night of Navy, and then I colored him with the Calypso Coral pencils, watercolor pencils, stamped my greeting and the stars, and was done. I did choose to use the Stitch Shapes circle die just to add that little stitching. Let's see if you can see it. There you can see it a little bit. And I just think that really adds a lot to the cards. Let's see, I've got a little extra there. Okay. So anyway, that's my simple one. But the one I want to share with you tonight is the waterfall card. So let me show you how it works. So when the person gets the card, they pull on the string, and as they pull, the waterfall, the cards, the little squares go down. So it goes like that, and it's a little waterfall. And you slide it back up, and you can do it over and over and over. I've put it on a regular card base. If you wanted to save paper, you could just put it on a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 sheet. And then what you would do is you would put your greeting over here. So this would actually be over here. So it'd be just kind of like a little postcard with this on the front. This was popular many, many years ago, and I had kind of forgotten about it. Oh, she says she can't hear me. I bet. Thank you for telling me. I'm trying to figure out how I can get that. You haven't lost me. I'm trying to find, I thought I selected everything. I've got my sound way up. Can you guys? Me, I'm trying to find. Oh, that's going to mess it up. Okay, good. Now you can hear me. All right, good deal. Made me nervous there. All right, so let's get started with this. So the first thing I'm going to do is share this sheet with you, and it's my the different pieces that I've cut. So the first thing I cut was 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored it at 4 1/4. So that's your normal card base. Then from the Playing with Patterns designer series paper, this paper is just really fun. A lot of just patterns thus the name, or hence the name, Playing with Patterns. This is 5 1/4 by, I'm sorry, I printed that wrong. It'd be 4 by 5 1/4. So it's just going to be layered just like that. Then we've got a 9" by 2" piece of cardstock, 9 inches by 2 inches, 3/4 of an inch by 4 inches, 2 pieces, 2 by 2 squares. And these are in different colors, and you can see I cut extra, but you only need 4. And then we've got 4 that are 1 7/8 by 1 7/8. And the way this is going to work is it's just going to go in the middle just like that. Okay. All right. So what I did previously, and I'll grab my, is I put my 9" in here and I scored it at 2, 2 3/4, 3 1/2, and 4 1/4. So again, that's 2, 2 3/4, 3 1/2, and 4 1/4. And again, you'll be able to check this out on the instruction sheet that I have here. And then I did 6 inches of ribbon, and the Playing with Patterns ribbon is really fun. This is the Coastal Cabana. It's very shiny, very see-through. And the blue that I used on this card, this real thin, is also in that combo pack. It comes with 3 different ones, and then it also has this. So if you buy the combo pack of ribbon, you get a nice variety because it's got these 2, grab the other one, and that. So those are all the colors, but I'm using this one tonight. All right. And those are all your pieces and parts. I'm using the Zany Zebras Stamp Set. The Detail Trio Punch, that's this one here. If you don't have this, I would encourage you to put that on your wish list. I'm trying to get it so you can see it without that bright light on it. It's got this fun pattern here. Let's see, what can I punch? I'll punch it out here. So you can see that. Or you can go this way, and this is the one I'm using tonight. It just does a nice hole. So it's a hole like that, or you can round a corner. So if we slide it in like this, oh, and I had to push all the way down. Who was it? Somebody at class the other day didn't quite push hard enough either. Well, good grief, this is thin copy paper. So let's see if I can get it to work this time. There we go. And it rounds your corner real nice. Okay. So those are all the trio punch, colored pencils, some brads, and a hole punch. These last 2 items are, I'm using retired, but I'm guessing almost all of us have it in our craft supplies. So you'll be able to pull those out. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my mat, and I'm going to stamp my zebras. I'm using Night of Navy ink. Now these squares aren't going to do the whole zebra. So just kind of find a fun angle. Remember they're on a waterfall, so you kind of want them just going kind of a fun angle. Then you can decide which one you like the best. I don't know what it is about this little guy, but I think he's just really fun. So we'll do another one with him. And let's see, I had him that way this time. Kind of go like that this time. All right, so I stamped my 3 zebras in the different colors. And I'm going to grab my pencils. So I wanted to pull out the same colors in the designer series paper. And it tells us it's Calypso Coral, Coastal Cabana, Crushed Curry, Night of Navy, Purple Posy, and Whisper White. Now we don't have a colored pencil for the Purple Posy, so it's just going to be the other colors that we have. And what I want to do is just highlight his stripes a little bit. Yeah, I guess I made him a he. So what I did was just color the stripes a little bit. Colored in his ear. It just adds a little bit of extra color to him. Oh, I tell you, I needed some good therapy stamp time today. I had one of those days at school that was just a little too crazy for me. All right, so there's my Coastal Cabana one. Nope, Calypso Coral. Now we're going to do Coastal Cabana. We are given the pre-ACT test to our freshmen, and I thought I was going to be watching, well, long story short, I ended up monitoring the test today and giving it, and I wasn't quite prepared. And you guys know me, I'm a wing it queen, but when you're given a test that's important like that, it was a little overwhelming. But we got through it. All right, so that's my Calypso Coral, my Coastal Cabana. Now we're going to do a crushed curry. And of course, since it's lighter, it shows up a little bit better. So I was reading through the current updates today on the Stampin' Up! Website, and the Oso Ombre was the most popular celebration reward this time, which I thought was interesting. And the Darling Donkey, see, I can't even say it without smiling, was the favorite stamp set. I just thought those Darling Donkeys were just too fun. We had a team stamp camp last weekend, and I used him for my project. It was just too fun. Now, I could go back and I pulled out the Night of Navy, but I don't really think I want the navy on navy. So I'm going to come back with the Coastal Cabana or Calypso Coral. And the reason I'm doing that is my card base is the coral. So I kind of like to pull that color in when that's my base. So I'll color in just a little bit. Now you would not want to use your blending brush with this because the Night of Navy is not the kind of ink that will work with watercolors very well if you're going to color. So if you want to color him and blend it in and everything, you'd want to use our blacks. All right, there we go. So I got him all colored. Sorry you had to sit there and watch me color, but I love to color. So now what I decided to do on mine was I colored the same color and then I mounted the paper on it for some of them. So I'm going to grab my liquid glue because, as you know, I usually have to move my stuff around just a little bit because it's not quite lined up right. We had so much fun at the stamp camp this weekend. I had 3 of my team members join me as teachers, and we had 11 ladies join us. Yeah, I think 10 or 11. And we'd had some others sign up, but then life got in the way, so they didn't get to join us. But we had so much fun sharing our projects with them. I used my Darling Donkeys, and then the hydrangea set, the one I showed you a couple weeks ago. I used that for my other make and take. And we used the Touch of Ink a couple times, and other stamp sets. Oh, the curvy labels, which turned out that card was fun. Anyway, we had a really good time sharing our projects. We're hoping to do another one with our new annual catalog when it comes out. So be watching for that. All right. So there I've got my pieces colored. And when I go to put them on the strip, if I really want to make it fun, these don't have to be straight. You could do it where they're really falling or whatever. So we'll have to decide that as we go. Probably my natural tendency is I'll start talking and I'll line them up exactly right, but we'll see. Okay, so this one is 4. Make sure I did that right before I attach it. Yeah, 4 inches by 5 1/4 so that it's framed nicely on my card. Not going to glue it on yet. we're going to take some brads. And what I did was I took a hole punch, punched my holes, trying to get it straight across because I'm not very good about that. Slide that in there. That. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. All right, that is going to hold my waterfall in place. Okay, so we've got that. Now I'm going to grab my strip and I need to fold all of them so that they fold the same way. Because you know, so often we do mountain, valley, mountain, valley. This one is all mountains. So you're going to do all of them so that they're scored the same, burnished the same way. Okay, so it looks like that. All right, then what I did is I put a piece of tear tape here on the end. So we're going to slide the longest part, because if we score it, you're going to see the back is the longer one. And I took the trio punch and just punched out that hole there in the middle. There you go, you can see it. So let me pull this. So the holes on the longest strip, tear tapes on the shorter strip. We're going to pull the tear tape off. And I'm going to line it up. So I'm going to put this in underneath the flap. Both pieces are going to go underneath the flap. And I want it to line up even with both sides. I'm going to slide this in and I want it even with the bottom of the strip. Okay, there we go. Like that. So that when this is flat, that slides up and there's just a little bit of space here at the bottom. All right, so it's like that. So then as I pull, it's going to go like that. So we have it right. Now I can go ahead and glue it down. I am going to use tear tape for this because you're going to have a lot of action with people pulling on that and you want to make sure it stays in place. Put some across the top. I took my butterfly boxes to the stamp camp last weekend, the ones that I made last Monday on the video, or Tuesday on the video, and everybody really liked those. And then I used them as a prize for my bingo winners. And Cindy, I think you liked it. Hopefully you did. All right, so there's all four sides. I'm going to tear that off. When I first saw this, oh, I don't know, goodness, many years ago, I thought this was really difficult to do. And then when someone took the time to show me how to do it, I was mad that I'd waited so long to try it because it really is not very difficult. You can watch me do it if you're someone that likes to look at written instructions. Split Coast Stampers has it under Waterfall, and that's what I watched to review the steps, since it's been a while since I've done it. All right, so okay, now what I'm going to do is take my little squares and kind of figure out what order I want to put them in. You know me, I'm probably going to end up with them pretty much upright. Okay. Now I'm going to take and put a piece of tear tape on here, and we're only going to do it across the very top because you want it to be able to move with the waterfall. I like tear tape. You could use Fast Fuse if you still have some of that, or Stamp and Seal Plus, but you want something that's really going to hold it well because it is going to get a lot of movement. So you're going to attach it right underneath that score line. And that score line gives you a nice line so that you make sure it's straight. Then I'm going to take the next one, turn it over. I bet you can guess what I'm going to do. Same thing, we're going to repeat it for each square. I feel like I should have music or something going. For some reason tonight it seems really quiet. All right, the third one, and again it's going to go on the third score line right below it. Do not go on top of that score line. You want to be right below it because you want it to be able to bend back and forth. So let's see, he's going to be on top. Yeah, I guess we'll go like that. Last one right underneath the score line. All right, let's see if I did it right. Here we go. Look at that. This is really fun. I've seen a lot of waterfall cards for baby gifts. You'll notice I did not put a greeting on this because I wasn't sure what I was going to use it for. It'd make a fun birthday card, or it could be baby shower, or thinking anything just to brighten somebody's day. So then I have 6 inches of the ribbon, and I'm going to fold it in half. And let's hope I can remember this. Make sure it works, and then I'll tell you. Yep. Okay, so you take the ends and you go from the back to the front, and that'll give you the look you want, where the nice piece across is on top. So the 2 end pieces came from the back, and notice I slid this up so you have space. So the ribbon came up from the back, pull it through, and then tie it like that. And there you go. So there's your waterfall card, like that. And then for the inside on this one, I forgot to cut a piece of paper, but I just did the white paper here, and I drew the little hopping zebra, colored him a little bit. On this one, I chose to use the black pencil and just colored his nose area and his feet with the black. Oh, thanks, Cindy. She says she loves the box and she wants to make one. Yeah, they're really fun to make. I will tell you that. And I do have an offer, so I'll share that with you here in a minute. And then, of course, I had to do my envelope. So I did a hopping zebra again on there. And then I turned this one in the corner for the front. So there is my waterfall card. So let me share with you my 2 offers tonight. So if you're placing an order and you would use this host code, I would really appreciate it. If you do that and you purchase the Zany Zebra set, which is what I showed you tonight, I will give you a kit with all the pieces cut and scored, so you can make a waterfall card and you can make one like this. So I'll cut all the pieces and have it all ready for you. If you buy Zany Zebra, he's $19. The stamp set is before shipping and tax. And the other one is what I offered last week, and that's the butterflies that Cindy was talking about. And they went live, is that today? Yeah, today's the 2nd, isn't it? Yeah, so live today. There's the stamp set. I printed this so I'd have the prices because I didn't get them written on my stuff yet. This is $17. Remember, it's got the full one, so you can stamp them all at once, and then take the dies my fingers to work, and it will cut out all of them at once. There's also all these other butterfly pieces in there that I just think are gorgeous. And the dies are 44. Together, they're $54.75 with the bundle savings, so $54.75 if you get them together. Then there's this beautiful designer series paper that I showed you last week. See if I can just kind of flip through there. You can see all the different colors. And these are what I used on the boxes. You can buy the whole collection for $71.25. There's the designer series paper. This is a wood grain, natural birch looking paper. And I'll just show you the two boxes I made. So this is the smaller one. And you open like that and it pops open. This was Dana Davis figured this one out for me. And I really like her dimensions a little bit better than the bigger one. This one here is a little bit bigger, and tell my butterfly was in a box coming home. It's, you can see the size there, a little bit bigger, and it will hold a little bit more, and it does the same thing, and it opens like that. So you can tell me whether you want a big box, a little box, or too big, too little, whatever you want, and then I'll cut paper for you. So that one is, both of them are by March 10th. So next week, order either the butterfly, the stamp set, the bundle, the DSP, and you'll get 2 boxes. Tell me which sizes you want and what colors. I'll let you pick those out. Or I will give you the Zany Zebra, this one, and then the Waterfall. Cut all the pieces for you. So 2 fun offers. I'm so excited I finally got to play with the zebras. And the zebras worked really well. Would even work with the card I did at camp this weekend. I just had it here. I better pull it off. Here we go. So see how the zebra would work really fun with this one too. I did the donkeys, but you could put the zebras in those spots too. So that would be really fun. And I'll show you one other butterfly card I made. I got this idea from Angie Spencer. She's one of my team members, and she sent me a beautiful card that I just fell in love with. And so I made this card for a swap. Sorry, Julie, I'm probably ruining your surprise if you haven't gotten yours yet. But this is my card I made for the swap, which is really fun. And I'll be using this in the April technique class probably, because I just think this is a really fun full technique idea. All right, well, I think that's all the goodies I was going to share with you tonight. So I hope you enjoy the waterfall. Zany Zebra is a fallen. And it was fun to have you guys join me. Thank you so much. Lois, I'm glad you joined us. And Julie, thank you so much for faithfully watching me. Cindy, glad you caught me live tonight as well. And I am going to let you go. Have a great week. Isn't it nice to have nice weather? We will see you next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, I am going to share. I sent out an email today, so if you got my email, it tells you what I'm doing next week. And right at the moment, I'm drawing a blank. Oh, I think I do know. It is a set that became very popular for me just a few months ago. And let's see if I can find it real quick. Nope. Yep, nope, that's not it. Well, I can't put my eyes on it. It's the one for Grandpa and Grandma. We're getting really excited to be grandparents for the first time. So I'm going to use a grandparent set next week. Thanks for joining me tonight. Have a great week. Enjoy the beautiful weather. And again, take advantage of the host code and Zany Zebras of the Butterfly Brilliance, and I'll give you some kits to start creating with what you've purchased. Thanks so much for joining me, and we'll see you next week.